Good Friday morning, East Tennessee. You made it to the weekend. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. One thing we're noticing is we have some activity now. Yesterday at this time, it was like crickets. Nothing going on the radar yesterday morning. But today, as I take a look over my shoulder, we've got some active weather going on right now. And in fact, you can see quite a few areas in red where we have some downpours, we have some lightning. In fact, I believe we can check this out because it's interesting to see what we've been noticing as far as lightning. Most of those are now about, 365? And again, some of this is past. But it's moved across parts of the plateau. It's now in around I-75 from places like La Follette back towards Scott County. We have some downpours in the Knox County area, especially South Knoxville. As we zoom in a little bit tighter, you can see some downpours approaching Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, and Townsend. If you've got a weather report, let me know. Love to know what you're seeing. We've got some scattered showers around Lenoir City, Farragut, south of Harriman. But if you have a comment, please leave me a note on Facebook or YouTube, because I'm live at this hour on both platforms. You can see Happy Valley may not be that happy, waking up to some showers and thunderstorms. That's what we're dealing with. But the good news is there's nothing severe at this point in time. If we move up toward Kodak, Jefferson City, some activity headed your way, headed towards, say, Morristown and Newport, Mohawk. That'll be there probably within the next 20 minutes to 30 minutes. But we got some downpours around Oneida, Winfield, and Huntsville at the moment, Angelico and Williamsburg, just to name a few locations. So keep in mind, it's going to be a very active morning, and we'll have another round or two coming in through the rest of the day. So it won't necessarily end with what you see on the radar. The Ultimate Doppler Radar presented by Madlock Tire Service and Auto Repair, East Tennessee's #1 tire service and auto repair since 1953. They've been doing this for now over 70 years. They've got locations in Farragut, Kingston Pike, in Knoxville. They got Maryville as well. They have a location in Lenoir City, Athens, McMinn County, and they have a location in Hardin Valley in West Knox County. So check them out. Go to madlocktireservice.com. I have a link at the top of this post. You may be in need of an oil change this weekend. Maybe you need your tires rotated or a whole new set of tires. A great set of tires this spring starts with Madlock. Very happy to have them as a sponsor. By the way, you can see all this activity coming in where we do have a severe thunderstorm. Would appear to be in northwestern sections of Alabama. That's just now popped up here in the last few minutes. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for, I believe it's Colbert County. Yes, Colbert County till 6 o'clock Central Time. So some of the severe storm activity already beginning to pop up in some areas to our south and west, but nothing so far here. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best, because I don't see much activity there. Going further north, interesting to see the freeze concerns they have in parts of Iowa and southern Minnesota. That's pretty amazing, right? Because it is what's today's date? Today's the 19th of April. They're dealing with freeze concerns and frost. Frost would be the light blue, but it's snowing in some parts of the area. I'm on the call. I want to say good morning to you. We hit 85 yesterday. I was expecting 83. 85 was the warmest day since the 4th of October of last year. So you have to go back 6.5 months. Now, sure, we've had a couple of 84s, but maybe it's academic, but 85, it's pretty warm for April, no doubt about that, but it's all downhill from here, so to speak. The weekend will not be that warm. Today, we'll be lucky to get to 78, but then we're in the 60s and 50s for most of the weekend. If you're on the call, let me know on Facebook. I got Fred here. It says, David, it's a rainy 64 in Maryville. Thank you, Fred, for that update on Facebook. Carrie Aguilar says, good morning. Try and stay dry. It's not going to be easy, but hope everyone has a fantabulous Friday. Be careful as you drive. She's got her cup of coffee. I'm also on YouTube. If you've got a comment, love to say hi to you. You could be the first. Leave me a comment on YouTube, and I'll do my best to magnify your voice. But as far as the radar is concerned, we have some showers and storms coming through here, and we can see there is some cold air lurking behind from the north and west. In fact, the winds this weekend will generally be out of the north. So for tomorrow, I've got a wind about north 5 to 10 plus of the colder air that we see up to the north will be trying to work its way here. By the way, someone asked me the other day, are we going to get any tornadoes? No. Chance of that is 0. This is coming from our friends at the Storm Prediction Center. They did leave a 5% chance. That's not 0, but a 5% chance that we could get some hail within 25 miles of a point there in the colored area there in brown. But a 5% chance is still a chance. So what you're saying is we have a chance. We have a chance for some hail today. And we have a 5% chance for some wind damage of 60 miles an hour. We saw a severe thunderstorm just pop in northwest Alabama. Could we get some of that energy this afternoon? It's possible. And we're going to look at storm energy here in just a moment, so stay with me. Temperatures right now are very warm for this time of year. Normal low is 49, but we're nowhere near 49. It's 66. It's like, man, it's actually pretty warm. In fact, I might even dare say it's humid. But we have a temperature now of 63 in Oak Ridge, 63 in Rockwood, and we have 66 in Morristown, Dandridge, and low 60s there in Newport to start the morning. So a very warm morning. In fact, look at the dew points. Anytime it's in the 60s, I know it's a bad hair day. Oh, yeah. But then it's going to get back in the 40s this weekend. So the dew points are going to come tumbling down to the tune of 10, 15, 20 degrees. They'll drop. And it will be less humid, it'll be drier air for the weekend. Some will say, I like that better. After a warm day, sometimes you like to have a little bit of variety. Mother Nature's going to issue that variety for us this weekend. There's no doubt about that. But the dew points are very sticky, so it's actually working toward the rocket fuel that we're working with these storms today. Certainly a possibility of some strong storms today. Visibility down to 3 miles, but some of that could be just from the low clouds and the rain, and maybe a hint of fog. Wind speeds are at 7 miles an hour here at 6:45. I want to say good morning to you. I'm checking YouTube. I don't see a comment yet. Coming back on Facebook, if you've got a comment, would love to say hi. Danny's over here. Danny says, good morning, David. Hope you have a great day. Go Vols. Hashtag go, GVO. Very happy to have you here, Danny. Glad to know that you're staying dry, hopefully, this early morning here on a Friday. It is the 19th of April. Where did the time go? Wind gusts right now are pretty much confined to the Smokies, but again, we could have some storms later today that may be on the stronger side. Temperatures all around the state look like, I don't know, summer. We're starting off at 68 there in Nashville, 67 in Chattanooga, and even in Knoxville, starting off our temperature now at 66 degrees. Very warm, but you might say artificially warm because it's all dependent on the wind. The winds are coming up from the south and southwest. They'll be changing to the north-northeast later tonight as it brings in some cooler air. Tracking some clouds and the rain put together, you can see that we have a little band of showers, maybe South Knoxville, further south toward Pigeon Forge and Sevierville. And then we got another one around coming through Oneida and La Follette. So two batches of rain coming through the area at this time. Tracking the clouds, you can see we're going to have a lot of those today with maybe some intervals of hazy sun. That's my expectation here on a Friday. I'm going to show you the forecast. Start with the sunrise because I don't know if this emoji's crying because it's raining or crying because he won't see the sunrise as much as he would on a normal day. But 6:57, about 3 minutes before I'm done, that's when the sun rises today. Technically, it'll still rise. We may just not see it. Sun sets now at 8:13, so our days are, in fact, a lot longer. If you are trying to get to school today, trying to get the kiddos to the schoolhouse, so to speak, the bus stop forecast looks like this. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s, kind of holding steady until this batch of rain moves through. And then we'll get another development later today. But temperatures by 2 and 3:30, a very optimum time to pick up the kids. Temperatures should be around 78. I'm expecting mid to upper 70s for high temperatures today. There could be an isolated 80 if you're in the Southern Valley, based on my expectation. But low 70s, that's all we'll see, I think, for Crossville in the heart of Cumberland County. Low 70s for you, 75 for Wartburg, and about 74 for Middlesboro, Bell County. Claiborne County and Hancock County should also be in the low to mid 70s today, about 76 for Morristown. So it's going to be a still warm day, but not as warm as yesterday's 85. So let me bring you up to speed at 6:48. My headlines look like this. We got showers and storms today. Some, he says, some could be strong to isolated severe, and that's consistent with our friends at the Storm Prediction Center. Tomorrow I'm expecting a mix of clouds and sun, a little bit of hazy sun on Saturday, but dry. So we do get a bit of a pullback on Saturday, but then Sunday, it's still mostly cloudy, but most of the showers, if all of the showers, just kind of develop south of Interstate 40. That's the trend that I still see. So if you're in Oneida, if you're in Maynardville, don't expect rain on Sunday. You may not get any rain all weekend if you're in Maynardville or Jellicoe or even La Follette, because all that activity will redevelop with a southern slider on Sunday, mainly south of Interstate 40. Got some other notes from you. I want to say hi to you. By the way, it's interesting to note the record high today is 90. It's been 90 for the last couple days, but this 90 comes from 1941, whereas the last 2 days it's been like from the 1896 range. Both the years, 1896. That was 128 years ago. That was the earliest we've ever hit 90. Some people ask me, how early has it ever happened? We hit 85 yesterday, nowhere near 90, but just for sake of argument, it's been 128 years ago. So when we hit 90 on that early date of the 17th and 18th of April. Sun is up, I mentioned 6:57, and goes to bed at 8:13. Record low, 29 from 1983. I got a note from Ed. Good morning, have a great day and a weekend. Thank you, Ed. Marilyn Bell, one of my premium members, says happy Friday. Everyone have a great weekend. And Danny and Fred also saying hi. So very happy to have you here. Let me know what you're seeing in terms of your weather. We'll go back to the radar hopefully at the end. Remind me, and I'll do that, but I want to see where things stand. As far as the down the road expectations, how do I know it's going to get cool just because you say so? Well, no, I'm just giving you indications of where things are trending. All the colder air at 5,000 feet seems to be bottled up on this image this morning at 11:30 up toward Minneapolis. And I did see some snow last night and this morning in places like North Dakota and just around Winnipeg up toward Canada. Some of that colder air tries to work its way down here this weekend. So with overnight lows dropping into the lower 40s, that's true, possible lower 40s by Sunday night. Into Monday morning, it gets pretty chilly. And what's remarkable for my taste is the fact that it turns purple north of Lake Superior. We're talking about some air that could be single-digit wind chills, highs in the teens and 20s. That's pretty cold even for Quebec and Montreal. For April 22nd, come on, something's going on. It's cold. So it's like a little surge. And we like to usually affectionately refer to those as our 6 little winters in Tennessee, right? We get our redbud winter, our dogwood winter. Well, we're kind of going to be moving into, maybe in May, the blackberry winter. But certainly this is a cold snap that's going to be affecting us right into the early part of next week, where temperatures in the morning will generally be in the upper 30s, low 40s. I think plateau, there could be a frost advisory for Crossville potentially as we head into Monday morning and Tuesday morning, something to keep an eye on for sure. Again, the Weather Service will make that call, but I will say this, 24th of April still looks pretty chilly around the Great Lakes, and we'll have some spokes of energy coming down from the northwest that will bring down temperatures at times, and then it'll warm back up at times. It'll ebb and flow. And I find this interesting, the snow potential. If you are interested, this is not a typical map you see in mid to late April. I'm sorry, it's not. You don't get that kind of snow in Denver and Montreal and New England in late April into early May. But that's where things are trending, and it even puts a few more snowflakes in the mountains of West Virginia. Again, this is not a forecast, it's just some model data, but it is a gee whiz. Wow, could that happen? Yes, it could. It could very well happen. If you are been around here for all your whole life, or you have just arrived to East Tennessee, these 6 little winters that we talk about are all related to what's in bloom. So whatever's in bloom, they usually refer to the blackberry winter, dogwood winter. I call it the dandelion winter because that's what's blooming at the Aldrich household. By the way, it's 6:52. I got a pair of 6s at the airport. And with that wind at 13 miles per hour, it's a little breezy. Our valley planner looks like this as I check some more of your comments. Notice we've got clouds and haze and showers and storms. I got an 80% chance of rain today. And if we hit our high temperature of 78, which I still expect, I think it'll happen around 3 o'clock. It will not be 78 at 5 o'clock because the showers will be moving away and temperatures will be gradually getting a little cooler. I want to say good morning to you. I got another note from, Mary Morgan. She says, good morning, David and family. Happy Friday to you, Mary. Glad to have you here. And Ed saying good morning. He has a question. Are we still in an El Nino? Actually, we're kind of moving the other direction. Ed. One of the things we talk about at length on my premium side, because as the pendulum swings, we'll be moving toward a very strong La Nina in a short period of time. If we technically haven't hit that already, we will see a very active, I believe, hurricane season, but I digress. Keep an eye on that for sure if you want to join us. Love to have you. By the way, Wanda Post says, good morning, David. The weather was beautiful yesterday, just like you said, and my trip was good across the Smokies. Good to have you, Wanda. She's on YouTube. Wanted to give her a shout out here on a Friday. It is 6:53. I'll be done here in less than 7 minutes, and we will go back to the radar. If you're joining me late, clouds, hazy sun today, showers and storms, 80% chance. High temperature should occur around 3 o'clock today, and then gradually getting a little cooler. Precipitation chances, I have a 30% chance. It's not very much, but if you are south of Interstate 40, and that might be what, half of us? Half of us live north and south of, okay, maybe, right? It's just an artificial barrier or a boundary that we can utilize, but I think that's where most of the rain will be, simply because it's a southern slider, a southern system that will graze part of our area. There'll be a much higher chance of rain on Sunday in places like Atlanta because it's moving from basically across the south. Futurecast looks like this. I want to show you the storm energy. This usually lines up pretty well with where thunderstorms live and breathe, right? This is the areas of bright yellow, all driven by this warm front in red, sliding at 8 o'clock in the morning up toward Jellicoe. It'll drive in more showers and storms, and notice even on the backside at 3 o'clock as the front passes, there's still some potential for thunder in bright yellow in places like Madisonville, Etowah, and Knoxville. So it's not like that we're done with the rain and storms this morning. There will be another round, and it will kind of migrate toward the south and east. So Maryville, Gatlinburg, Newport, that's 4:30. That's the drive home. It may not be raining at all in Jamestown. In fact, I suspect it won't. 4:30 Eastern. Probably won't even be raining in Crossville. 4:30 Eastern, because it'll all move toward the brighter yellow areas toward Newport and Gatlinburg. And it slides here at 5. Looks like this. By 6 o'clock, some of the energy now moving toward the foothills and Smokies, and then it's pretty much done. So we'll see tonight, at least, as showers may linger and a rumble of thunder, we will stay mostly cloudy, and then on Saturday, look for a mix of clouds and sunshine. I did mention that we have the risk for a severe storm today. It would be isolated in dark green. That's how the Storm Prediction Center has outlined the map. The lightest green is just general thunderstorms, but where there could be some active weather today would be around Huntsville, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, and the Research Triangle Park over there. La Follette, Knoxville, Cosby, Newport, everybody in dark green. Risk for some isolated severe storms today. Then for Saturday, I mentioned we have no rain expected. We're not even into the thunder risk on Saturday. That stays to the far south. But San Antonio and Houston may have some isolated severe storms on Saturday. Things look quiet. Where you may find some storms would be around, say, Atlanta, where some general thunderstorms Saturday. And then on Sunday, it's not even a factor because most of that energy has migrated further south toward Florida and towards southern Georgia. So that's the way things are going to look like on Sunday. Got some other notes from you. If you have a comment, let me know. Yolanda, one of my premium members, mentioned she's good morning. Good to have Yolanda here. Mary's here, Ed's here, and Fred's here. I'll get to the radar here in a second, but I just wanted to show you the future cast because this will give you an idea of the timing. We have the first round, or round 1, of showers and storms now. This low pressure system gets a little more active and slides across the area like so by midday. So it may be a lull, but then as it slides away, another round could appear. So there are multiple waves of energy today. And then by the time we hit 3:30 or 4, it's now in the mountains of North Carolina and moving eastward. But there's still some green on the screen at 5 o'clock, especially south and east. Once we move into tonight, as the showers fade away, clouds will remain and will drop down to about, say, 53 degrees. That's cooler, certainly cooler than the 66 we have right now. But you'll notice that there are no showers affecting us through 5 o'clock Saturday. Saturday looks like it's like a pullback. And then on Sunday, most, if not all, the heavier rain, if you focus on the red and yellow areas, does stay south of I-40. But even this, I think, is probably a bit too much. It'll stay mainly south, and then it moves away like so. So we really won't have much rain to deal with over the weekend. Once we get through today and this evening, that will be pretty much the bulk of what we see, especially for areas north of I-40, because I don't expect it to reach you if you're in Maynardville or even into La Follette this Saturday and Sunday. So futurecast looks like this. One wave goes in, goes out. There's 9:30, maybe a bit of a lull. Then another round of showers may appear as this front begins to drag its heels. There's about 2:30, a couple more red areas there. Again, every model is going to have a different solution, but it does suggest we have unsettled weather right through the rest of today. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. Tonight we're down to about 53 in the morning. And if you look closely, La Follette looking at 49, Jamestown 46. So some of you will be in the 40s by sunrise tomorrow, but that's where the clouds break, and that's mainly north and west of town. Middlesboro, you could be starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. around 41 degrees. That's 12 degrees different than Knoxville because we may still have clouds overhead. So a huge difference in temperature overnight tonight from northwest to southeast. Futurecast takes us to about 70 tomorrow. We go into about 11 o'clock tomorrow night. We're still in the 50s, but then it gets a little chilly, down to 47 on Sunday morning if you're up early for church services, as we'll find mostly cloudy skies on Sunday. All right, for today, as it's now 6:58, rounding out the forecast and we'll finish on time, look for a mostly cloudy day with some intervals of hazy sun. Showers and storms about an 80% chance and winds 5 to 15. Today's forecast, about 80 for Athens, but that's not really indicative of everybody. Low 70s, about all will muster for Oneida and Jamestown. 74 for Middlesboro is what I expect. If you're in Morristown, 76. Maryville, Alcoa, and Von Orr around 77. Oak Ridge and Clinton, 78. And about Kingston, Rockwood, 78 for this afternoon. It will likely hit 80 around Chattanooga, Southern Valley, and 85 for Charlotte. We know what that's like. That was yesterday's high for us. But even 90, they did hit 90 yesterday in Columbia, South Carolina. There could be a 90 or two around Augusta, Georgia today if you're headed there, but only upper 60s for Jackson, Tennessee. So for tonight, 53, showers will linger, maybe a rumble of thunder as it migrates south and east, heads toward the foothills and the Smokies, but it will turn less humid and you will feel a difference in the air, much cooler first thing tomorrow morning, even if not later tonight. Low temperatures, yeah, I know, look at Middlesboro, or don't look at Middlesboro, 39 degrees, that's cold. 39, upper 30s will be found in many parts of southeast Kentucky. 46 for Oneida for your low tonight, 53 for Knoxville, 46 in Crossville. That's just kind of like the canary of the coal mine, as we will be dropping into the low 40s come Sunday night, Monday morning, and Monday night, Tuesday morning. But here's your 7-day forecast. The Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee, 70 on Saturday. Still think that's on target, but I did lower my expectation back to 59 degrees on Sunday. I think we're going to have a hard time getting out of the 50s. Some areas will be in the mid-50s, but mid to upper 50s for Sunday with a lot of clouds. Temperatures are just not going to feel like they're moving much at all. And you may think it's suddenly back to, I guess, dogwood winter, and maybe soon what's in bloom next, maybe blackberry winter. Who knows? Let me know what's in bloom for you. 65 on Monday, ample sunshine, nothing but sun. And then we're back in the 70s Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday at 67 degrees. So Janet Potts is saying good. Any help with the pollen is a plus. Yes, indeed. In fact, the pollen can actually get lowered a little bit from the rain. So I want to show you that real quick. In fact, let's go back to the radar. I want to go do that real quick. Let's just jump to the radar so we can zoom in. For those that might be joining me, may go a minute late here, but I want to show you what the radar looks like here at 7:01 this morning. Some downpours now affecting parts of Sevier County. I'm looking at Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. We have some downpours here, but no severe weather. There's no severe thunderstorm warnings here. This is just maybe a strong thunderstorm or two, but it's moving just south of Seymour. It's moving through the Gatlinburg area along 321 and headed toward maybe in toward Pittman Center here in the next few minutes. If we zoom back out, you can see down toward Townsend, Wallen, some downpours here, also around Tremont, and then back to the west, you can see around, say, Rocky Hill, or actually south of Rocky Hill, not far from the airport, approaching Maryville. And now Cole, we've got a shower storm that's around McGee-Tyson Airport. And we have now more activity just to the northwest of Oak Ridge, a couple of showers and storms near Oliver Springs. Maybe a downpour too, certainly around Caryville, and also approaching La Follette. But again, this is all moving from west to east, and this is perhaps the first round of several rounds that we'll get later today. So just want to bring you up to speed on the radar. We'll go back to the forecast if you're just joining us. The 7-day forecast highlights the 78 today, the 70 tomorrow, and yes, that's not a misprint, 59 for Sunday. Sunday will be sharply cooler with a chance of rain on Sunday, mainly south of Interstate 40. By the way, if you are interested in joining our Captain Accurate Premium side, our focus is beyond the next 7 days. We've been doing this now for about a year and a half, and it continues to thrive. Very happy to have this platform. It's the first, if you are a premium member, you're the first to see every forecast that I issue, and sometimes that can mean 30 minutes, sometimes it's an hour or 2 hours. On a weekend, you might get that forecast long before it's posted on social media or the app. You get more Facebook Lives. My premium members are accustomed to a Sunday Facebook Live so they can help plan the week ahead. And also you get fewer ads on my premium side. It's just 16 cents a day. That's $4.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. We'd love to have you on the premium side. If you would like to sample us, we'd love to have you. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate. Have a blessed weekend. Have a great weekend. We'll see you here next time. Take care.